Not to fear, my charger's here. So final day, we're gonna install the sway bar back into the car, tighten everything up, and take it to McDonald's. A jack stand! In my head, I thought I was going to polish up this rear sway bar. I was so stoked. I was like, oh, it's gonna look beautiful. And I put like 2 wipes down on it and I was like, this isn't getting any cleaner. Forget it. Let's just put it back in the car. But at this point in time, I didn't realize that that sway bar was no way going to actually mount up because I had goofed the big one. It's also really hard to put a sway bar up by yourself because you really do kind of need someone to lift the other side. I ended up zip tying it on one side while I got the bolts on the other side. Unfortunately, I never really got the sway bar on because I did realize the critical flaw that I made. I don't know why, but I can't remember which way the sway bar went up, but it's like an optical illusion when I look at my videos. I've turned it around like 3 times right now. And I know it's because my neighbor's doing his fence, and it's like this constant drilling, searing into every move I make. Oy vey, I still don't realize it yet. Struggled with it a little bit more, threw some temper tantrums. I used some colorful language. I don't put my colorful language on my videos because YouTube doesn't like profanity, and you know, I like my videos to be recognized by the algorithm that is YouTube. I give it one final attempt and I start looking at it. I'm like, something is wrong. Is it me? It's always me. Of course it's me. I start feeling around. I get control arm and I'm looking. Everything matches up. Why isn't it working? And then I feel it. I feel it. The spacing. It's different. I goofed it. I take a deep breath and I know what has to be done. I know what has to be done. And it's not going to happen today. Well, I'm not too ashamed to admit that sometimes SHIT happens. I goofed up. I could just cut it out of this video and pretend it didn't happen, but that would be stupid because I think it was a pretty innocent mistake. I know why I did it. I was rushing. I was distracted and I was just trying to get stuff done too fast and I wasn't taking my time. Usually I have more time to like relax and work on my car and really enjoy it, but lately I have been more short on car time, and so trying to maximize my time out here in the garage, I goofed up. I'll tell you what I did. So I was installing the lower rear control arms. I didn't realize that there is a left and a right. I thought they were universal. So there's an inner and an outer, and the only difference is, from what I can see, the bracket that holds the sway bar on the control arms is slightly outside, so it's, yeah. Anyways, I switched them so the bracket's going inside. I need to switch them so the bracket goes out. Now, you can imagine I didn't find out what I did until I went to put that sway bar on, and I was like, what is going on with this? Why won't it go on? Why? What am I doing wrong? I was like, is it upside down? Is it backwards? Like, it's a sway bar. Like, this is supposed to be 5 minutes. I went back and I looked at my videos. Didn't make any sense. And then I finally was like, okay, I've done something criminally wrong here. So I'm like looking at the sway bars, the control arms, and I see that bracket is slightly different on each side. So I know what has to be done. Basically, I just gotta remove everything and swap it out. It shouldn't take long because I've already got all my tools out. I already know exactly what to do. It's an annoying spot, but it's fine. It'll be fun. So let's get that done real quick. I hope everybody's having a great week. Not to fear. My charger's here. Look I'm gonna milk this battery for all it's worth. It's the original battery when I got the car, and it was already old and dying, but I keep charging it and it keeps on going. So why spend that money on something that I need when I can spend it on something that's fun? So this is the final day. I am ready to attack this project head on. It's a busy alley, lots of car projects going on. Got my gloves, got my tools, got my jack, and I got my brain cells with me today. So I know it's going to be good. And all I have to do is, remove these strut mounts, lower the car, pull the springs out, and remove the lower control arms again. So be like the third time, I think, that I've done this. It's not a bad gig. It's really not. Good sunny day. Not bad at all. I got a bonkers story for you. So back in years and years ago, my mom wanted an easy, fun car. She's like, I want something that's easy to park and I don't have to worry about it. So I bought her a used Fiat, powder blue, real incognito car. Like if you wanted to, if you were in the business of it, you could be smuggling God knows what, and you would go under the radar. So long story short, I had taken this car to see a friend, and I got home at 5:30 in the morning with this Fiat. I also had to go to work, so I parked the car in the alley real quick to go in the house, get ready for work, and leave. When I parked the car in the alley, I pulled it in the alley, parked over a speed bump, I went in the house. My mom comes in, she's like, why'd you park the car across the street? Like, trust me, I didn't park the car across the street. I don't know what it was, but somehow that car ended up rolling backwards over a speed bump, gaining enough momentum to cross the street, go over another speed bump, and then come to a perfect park. Now, it makes no sense. The only thing I can think of is that I didn't put it in gear and I didn't put the e-brake on, because when I did recover the car, none of that was there. But how would it get going? I walked behind it to get in the house, and it wasn't rolling. Either that or somebody at 5:30 in the morning saw the car and decided to repark it as a joke. It makes no sense. To this day, I wish I had a camera so I could see. So how did it get, how were the wheels perfectly straight to not veer off, hit another car, and how would it come to a complete stop after it gained enough momentum to go down a driveway, cross the street, and then stop? To this day, it drives me crazy. What do you guys think? The facts are this. I didn't put the e-brake on, I did not put it in gear, and I found the keys in the car. And I was in the house for maybe 5 minutes before my mom came in and told me that the car was across the street. Thoughts? Ghost? So this is where the Fiat was parked, right about here. And when I walked back outside, it was parked there. It had crossed the street. How did the Fiat cross the road? Why did the Fiat cross the road? Why? All right, here it is. So it's just a slight taper outward, and this was tapering in, which needs to be on the other side. And I'm gonna go ahead and grease them before I get them on the car. I was gonna grease them after the car, but it ended up being in such a weird spot. I might as well just do it now since I've got it out. Sometimes working a grease gun makes you feel like you've lost your dignity. I have to hold this thing between my legs to keep that stupid nozzle thing from falling off the Zerks fitting. Driver's side. machine. Third time's a charm. Okay, so they're in, they're greased. Gotta put the springs in, raise it up, and put the strut mounts back. When I'm down here, sometimes I think about how incredible it would be if I had a lift. But then I think about like the permit that I would need to get one and all that stuff, and how I'd rather just suffer and spend all my money on car parts. And I come to the realization that I was made to suffer. So torquing the stuff down, as you can probably tell by the look on my face, it's not easy to get the leverage and the strength in. I'm using a cheater bar too. I'm using my feet, but it is hard to torque these things down. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, I did jack it up to ride height position before I started going ham torquing things down. Sometimes people want to know if I'm saying torquing or torquing. I'm saying torquing, but you hear what you want to hear. I'm fine with that. Hey, sway bar. It's gonna be the sway bar. Here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. It's crazy how much easier it is to put a sway bar onto these control arms when the control arms are actually positioned in the right position. It's life-changing. It actually works, like no problem. My brake bracket fits. Everything is just peachy keen. If only I had done it correctly the first time around, I would have saved myself 3 days of agony. I mean work. I mean learning experience. I mean life lessons. Everything's torqued down. I'm going to put the wheels back on and say goodbye to the old ones. It is done. Let's put the tools away. But it is done. I will recap the project in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's it. That job should have taken 3 hours at the most, and it took me like 3 days. I want to recap, not the job, but what I did wrong. I rushed it. That was like the crux of the issue. I wasn't paying attention. I had to do it twice. But I'm so happy I did it. So I did the uppers, the rear upper control arms, the lower control arms, and I still have to replace the rear axle bushings, and I will do that soon. But I did order myself a bunch of goodies. One of the big things that I ordered for the Mustang is new front brakes. So the calipers, the rotors, pads, duh. So I'm going to be installing those soon. I'm going to do the rears too, but the thing with the rears is to do the Cobra style brakes that I want, I have to attach these new brackets. So to do that, I've got to remove the axles. So if I'm going to remove the axles, I might as well put a new, I might as well, you know, obviously change out the rear axle seals and bearings. If I'm going to do that, I might as well just get new rear axles. And then if I'm going to do that, I was thinking of upgrading the differential. So where do I stop is the question. Round and round we go. Where it stops, no one knows. Let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone's having a great week. All right, bye. I think we all keep car secrets. Things that we're too ashamed or too embarrassed to admit. There's something wrong with my Mustang that I don't tell anybody until now. It's got the ugliest engine bay I've ever seen in my life. Some of you have probably seen clips of it here and there in videos, but I've never gone into detail. I've never really shown the engine bay because it's so grotesque. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. It's frightful. I recently invested in some goodies to make it better looking, but right now the condition is deplorable. Appalling. I'm aghast at it. And I've used up all my big words to describe it. It's ugly as F. Let's take a look. The first thing is this prop bar here. So this thing doesn't even lock into this anymore. So when I'm driving, I can actually hear it rattling around. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, this is the overflow tank. It's got this ridiculously ugly billet. Some pressure in there. Look at this thing. Hideous. Someone painted it blue. Someone went blue hog wild on this car, but then they added red. So this has to go, and then all this, look at this shrouding that's just like falling apart. It's literally everywhere. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So I got all new shrouding. Look at this. So I'm gonna replace all of this. I got new valve covers or whatever the heck these are. These little, you know, things that cover the coils. So these are gonna go. I have to figure out what to do for this master cylinder because, like, obviously, Jesus, it needs. It's hideous. Someone painted it red and it chipped, so that's gotta go. Just don't want to like have to bleed out a new master cylinder just to replace this reservoir. The battery, okay guys, this battery it's dead. I just keep charging and jumping and charging and jumping. It's absolutely ridiculous that I haven't replaced it yet. I should do this soon. This fuse box cover, why? What was this? Like, did we get out the box of Crayola crayons here and go like red, blue, yellow? Where's green? So I got a new cover, so this is gonna go. And this, I guess it's like the power steering fluid reservoir. Someone painted it red and then put this ridiculous cap over it. This cap's gotta go. I'm not gonna open it, but you get the gist. That's gotta go. I do want to get a new cold air intake, but they're very expensive. They're like $350. This isn't a bad one, but I know there's better ones out there. So there's more of that shrouding here. I actually installed this oil separator, so this was me. And then I painted the I painted this some time ago. It came out really good. This just needs to be washed. I feel like there's something else too. This is another thing that was painted. Alright. This is not bad. And there you have it. There you have it. The world's ugliest engine bay you've ever seen in your life. Should I turbocharge this? Should I supercharge it? I'm editing this and thinking about how I wish I could turbo it. It's like $7,000 though. But I feel like that's the only thing that's really gonna make me happy with this engine bay. Like, what better way to dress up a Mustang than to put like a turbo in it? Like, they make some really nice kits. Vortec, I think. I don't know. I have to look into it, but do you think it's dumb? That's a lot of money.